You are listening to the Yummy Mummy Podcast, episode number 131.
Welcome to the Yummy Mummy Podcast, where you will learn brand new and shockingly different tools to lose weight for the last time. And now, here's your host, certified life and weight loss coach, Laura Conley.
Yay! Welcome to the podcast, Yummy Mummies. This is a good episode. Ooh, get ready. I'm on fire with this topic. You're going to love it. You are going to get so much out of this, whether you are a client, whether you are brand new to me, wherever you are in your journey, this is for you. So before we dive in, my fun little factoid is that, guess what? It's almost my birthday. It's almost my 40th birthday. I'm turning 40 on June 18th, and I want to go into my 40th birthday, my fittest ever, my most fabulous ever, my most effing hottest, that's totally not grammatically correct, hottest ever. But you guys, did you listen to the podcast from last week? This is coming from a clean place. This is coming from, hey, let's use these milestones as motivation to get healthy and to feel our best, to feel at home in our body, to just to feel good in our bodies, right? It doesn't have to be a way to prove ourselves. So I want to bring you along on this journey. So go to lauraconley.com/birthday and sign up for the free 4-week challenge. Okay, we're starting tomorrow. So if you're listening to this on May 16th, we are starting on May 17th. And if you're listening to this later on, it doesn't matter. This isn't a challenge where you have to start at the beginning and end at the end. You can start at any point and journey with us, and you're going to get so much out of it. So if you are newer to me and you haven't lost any weight yet, my guarantee is that if you follow along for 4 weeks, you will be down 10 pounds by summertime. Okay. So we're going from the actual challenge is May 17th until June 14th. So 4 full weeks. June 14th, I am leaving for my Italy trip. Oh, I can't even wait. But what are we going to do inside this challenge? I'm going to teach you what to eat, what not to eat, why you should eat certain things, why you shouldn't eat certain things, what's right for your body. I'm going to teach you how to test and retest based on your bio-individuality. So how are we going to do this? We're going to do this on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me, make sure you follow me at Laura Conley Coaching. But you have to sign up so that you know when I'm going live, so that you can be a part of it, so that you get the replay, so that you get the worksheets, so you get all the goodies. Okay, so lauraconley.com/birthday. Go there now. Sign up for the challenge. We are going to have the time of our lives. These Instagram lives are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I would mark your calendar now. This is going to be the most important thing. On June 14th, you are going to thank your May 16th, May 17th, May whatever self. You're going to be like, oh my God, thank God I did that. This was exactly what I needed. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to be going live on Instagram at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So you can follow along. There's going to be just like tons of behind the scenes. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I'm not doing, what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking in that way, how I'm prepping, how I'm not prepping, what I do when I make a mistake. I'm going to show you all the behind the scenes because in all honesty, you guys, I am at the top range of where I like to live in my body. So I want to lose about 5 pounds before this trip. And again, the most important thing is I'm doing it from self-love. I just wrote an email yesterday about how this desire for me to get my healthiest, my fittest, my fabulousest is coming from a place of like self-love. I love myself. I'm not doing this to prove anything. I'm not going to do some crazy juice cleanse to get ready for my vacation. Just want to feel amazing in my body. I want to feel like I'm 30 when I'm turning 40. And this isn't anything against aging. I'm excited to age. I feel like this is a total effing privilege because it actually is. Like I'm alive. Like I'm so grateful for that. So can you join me on this journey and can we lose weight? Can we feel our best? Can we be vibrant and confident in our skin from a place of good enough? From a place of we're already whole instead of like, oh, I got to get to the certain weight so I could prove myself, so I could be worthy, so I could be good enough for this vacation or fill in the blank thing, right? So that's the deal you got to make with me. If you're coming along on this journey, you have to be open to loving yourself along the way. And of course, I'm going to teach you how to do that. But there's going to be a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of how-tos. There's going to be a how-to kind of kickoff guide that you will get in your email. It is going to be the biggest celebration of the year. If you guys don't know me, I am a huge birthday person. So I love to celebrate myself. I love to celebrate my friends on their birthdays. I'm just like, I love birthdays. So I'm like, why not make a whole 4-week lead up? So yeah, there's going to be Q&A calls. There's going to be coaching calls. There's going to be all the things I'm going to teach you, but it's going to have a party vibe. And at the end of it, we're going to have a big, huge party together. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it, but trust me, it's going to be good. I can't even wait. So are you ready or are you ready? Go get signed up immediatamente. Go now, lauraconley.com/birthday. Of course, that'll be in the show notes if you can't remember lauraconley.com/birthday, which I do not expect you to remember because I don't even know what day it is. Literally, I'm like, I'm doing that thing. Do you guys ever do this? Where I'm like, oh, yay, it's Friday. It's not Friday, Laura. It's Wednesday. It's not Friday. I'm like, I always do that when my husband's traveling out of town and I'm like solo parenting for the week. I'm like, yay, he's almost home. I'm like, oh no, I've got like 3 more days. Oh, but you guys know my trick when my husband travels, right? I am all about the screens. I'm all about the babysitters. I'm all about the mother's helper from down the street. Oh, shout out to my mother's helpers. My rule of thumb is if I don't feel guilty for the amount of help that I have enlisted, that I'm not doing it right. I should feel just a little twinge of guilt for how much I've outsourced my parenting. Because you guys want to know why? Because then I'm a good parent. Man, have we been having the snuggles? We have been having the snuggles of a lifetime. We've been reading so many books together. I've been relishing in bedtime and even in the morning time. We've been having such a good time. My husband even knows. He knows that I actually love when he goes away now. I've done a lot of self-work on this actually because I used to dread it. Oh my God, I used to hate it. But honestly, you guys, I just get so much good, juicy time with my kids when he's away, but I do have to enlist the help so that I am not burnt out. Okay. Got it. Good. All right. We've had a lot of episodes where they haven't been solo episodes. So let me give you guys a client comment from my client, Jill. She says, I wish someone had told me how much love I would have for myself. Yeah, there is the weight loss, but learning to love yourself and letting yourself do that, for me, that is very important so that I could translate that to my daughter. So that was what she loved getting out of the Yummy Mummy experience more than anything was she's like, yeah, this is my clients always do this. They're like, yeah, I lost the weight. I'm like, hello, this is a big deal. Can we celebrate there? They're like, yeah, but I love myself and that's what I want to celebrate. And then I could pass that down to my daughter. That is so, so cool. She goes on to say, I feel free, confident. I feel like anything is possible. I know not only in my weight, but in other areas of my life. If I have a goal, I can just create a map and I can achieve anything. I love putting on clothes. It's fun to get dressed. My friends have seen a difference, right? She's like, I love who I am and I am just so happy with my outcome. I'm so happy for you, Jill. Congratulations. What a big deal. Okay, you guys, that's available for you too. P.S. Just a little side note, you get to have that too. So make sure you're signed up for 4 weeks to 40 because you're going to get a taste of that. And then at the end of that, if you want to come on into the experience, of course you can. If you're not already on the wait list for the next round of the experience, you're going to want to get on that list too because there are fun bonuses for the people that are on the wait list. And all you have to do is go to lauraconley.com and click work with me to make sure you're on that. Okay, so let's dive into today's episode. Let's get into the meat. No pun intended. There's always a couple puns. And if I'm being honest, like pun intended. I love a pun. That's boring. No puns? Boring. Okay. My clients come to me all the time and they're like, I went to this party and my friends were noticing that I had lost weight and they asked me how I lost the weight and I told them, oh, I'm doing no sugar, no flour. First of all, that's not what they did. yes, it is like 5% of what they did. But what they did was the Yummy Mummy experience, where we work on mindset. We rewire the brain. We do habit change, right? Day by day by day. We do emotional work. We do accountability. So yes, it's true. They are not having sugar and flour most of the time, and that is a part of the process. But what happens is then their friend says, I mean, and this is no fault of my clients. I don't expect my clients to be going around and being like, yeah, so first we rewired my brain, and that's how that's like a 4-hour conversation, right? It's a normal answer to be like, oh, I'm doing no sugar, no flour. But without the support of the mindset work, the emotion set work, the accountability work, the fun, the love, all of that, it's impossible. It's just another diet, right? So they'll say this to their friend, oh, I'm doing no sugar, no flour. And then their friend will be like, oh, I could never do that. And that is so toxic, you guys, because they're blocking themselves if what they or you want is to lose weight for the last time. Now, let me be very, very clear. You do not have to give up sugar and flour in order to lose weight for the last time. You don't. You can eat all substances in the world and lose weight for the last time. Let me be very clear. Now, do I recommend moving away from sugar and flour? 100% yes. And I'm going to go into why on this episode. But if you already have given up sugar and flour, and maybe you're exploring your relationship with alcohol, or your relationship with other carbs or other substances, this is applicable. Or other behaviors, honestly, like maybe Netflixing is your latest drug, right? If you're exploring your relationship with other things and your relationship with certain behaviors, this is going to be very, very helpful for you. Okay, so no sugar, no flour. Let's just use that as the example. Maybe yours could be wine. Maybe yours could be Netflix. Maybe yours could be scrolling on your phone, whatever your current like addiction thing is. So ask yourself, why don't I want to give up sugar and flour? Why am I a hard no? When my friend tells me at the party that the way that they lost weight for the last time and became free forever from food and feel confident in their body, feel like themselves, loves to get dressed like Jill, right? If they told me that was the how, was no sugar, no flour, but I'm so unwilling to do that, like, let's actually look at that. Let's like weigh the pros and cons there. So interesting. Because people will be like, I could never, ever, ever give up fill in the blank. I could never give up sugar and flour. It's like, number one, of course you could. Of course you could. You can do anything in the world. You can totally give up these white powdery substances. You can. You just don't want to. And that's okay. Don't make yourself wrong or bad. We're going to explore this on this episode. You just don't want to. And that's okay. You can own that. But what I don't want you doing is walking around being a victim to a substance. You are not out of control. You are not powerless against flour and sugar. You're the one in control. You just don't want to give it up. And there probably are some really, really good, valid reasons as to why you don't want to give up the thing, right? I'm looking at this with myself, actually, because we've been alcohol free. We're doing alcohol free. You need a way cuter name, though. Anyway, side note. So that's what I've been looking for, because I used to be like, I could never give up my wine. And it's like, yeah, you could. You just don't want to. Why don't you want to? Let's look at that. Do you like your reasons? Are those supportive of your future self, of you going into 40 at your fittest, your most healthiest, right? So it's been kind of fun for me to explore my relationship, and my comment to like, oh, I could never give up wine for a whole month. It's like, yes, of course you could, Laura. Totally. So maybe you're like, I could never give up sugar and flour. Of course you can. You just don't want to. That doesn't make you bad or wrong. But why don't you want to? What is sugar or flour? I really want you answering this as I'm talking. And you can skip back and forth or whatever if you need to like re-listen. But like, think about it. What is sugar and flour, or like the gummy bears or the ice cream or the chips or the whatever your like kind of fix is? What is that giving you? It's providing something. If you are that defensive about sugar and flour, it's giving you something that you feel like you really need. Maybe it's giving you pleasure. Maybe it's giving you comfort. Maybe it's giving you relief. Maybe it's giving you a reward, right? And it does. I mean, sugar and flour actually have a very similar effect in the brain as does like certain drugs, right? Have you guys seen those studies? It's so cool to look at. I want to be really clear. I'm not here to villainize or demonize white powdery substances. I'm just here to get you to ask yourself the questions, right? What is this providing for me? Is there a way I can get what I need? Is there a way I can get my needs met in a way that gives me a net positive? Is there a way that I can feel comforted at the end of my day after a crazy day with my boss and with the email inbox and with my 2 little kids? Is there a way that I can provide comfort that gives me a net positive so that I can feel comforted on a daily basis and weigh what I want to weigh? Is there a way that I can give myself a reward? Oh my God, you guys, I am so into the sexy teas. Oh, this has been my comfort, my reward, my relief that I love that has such a net positive for me. So I've been doing the mint chocolate elements, LMNT, at night. It doesn't break a fast. I like put on my little showy. What am I watching? The Last Thing He Told Me with my tea, and it is decadent and it is such a net positive. I wake up the next morning, I feel amazing. I honored my word. I get a tiny little hit in the moment of that sexy tea in my show and my alone time with my heavy blanket with the fire on. It's dreamy. The first couple nights when I didn't have my wine, was it a letdown? Yeah, but do I have more of a net positive in my life? 100%. Okay, so look at that with your sugar and flour. How can I get the hit that sugar and flour is providing me and a net positive? How can I give myself a reward? How can I give myself a stress relief in a way that actually serves me? So I'm not saying you take away all the dopamine hits. I'm just saying, can you provide yourself with a healthy dopamine hit? Can you give yourself something that in 5 minutes and 5 hours in the next morning and 5 days that you're really proud of, right? You're like, wow, I crushed it for myself. I really took care of myself. Can you make choices that your future self is really proud of? And what I want to offer is that there is an addictive quality to sugar and flour. So again, this is not your fault. You're not wrong or bad. You're not in trouble. These substances, these foods are literally designed to get you that there is a multi-billion-dollar industry that does research so that it can light your brain on freaking fireworks when you eat it. There's like lab after lab after lab. So many studies, so many tests being done. You guys know these huge food companies, right? Their job is to get you to eat their food as much as possible. So no wonder you're not in trouble. That is their job. We don't even need to be mad at them, okay? We just get to take the choice back. We just get to remember, oh, I do have agency. Oh, I am in charge. Okay. So what is sugar and flour providing for you? Is it providing celebration at the party? Is it providing you not having to feel a feeling? Okay, you guys, seriously, sugar and flour and carbs, guess what they do? They fill your body up with substance so you don't have to feel negative emotions. Let's see if we could do a little test right now. I have this jar. Can you guys hear? It's almost empty. My jar is almost empty. So you can really hear it. Now, if my jar was full and I banged on it with my fingernail, you'd barely be able to hear it. There would be a very small vibration. It would be very dull. So think about that as your body. If your body is empty, you can feel it. It's loud. It's big, right? But if your body is full of substances, you don't have to feel it. You can feel it a little bit, but it kind of goes away. So no wonder we've got the food industry. We've got our culture teaching us not to feel feelings. So let's eat them instead. Let's fix them, right? We're not taught that like anxiety, sadness, grief, right? Shame. Name any quote unquote negative emotion. We're taught, oh, we need to fix those. Oh, we got to solve that. Oh, we got to get it away. Oh, I'll help you feel better. No, it's just a vibration. It's allowed to be there. We do not need to solve it with food, because when we try to solve it with food, it's not an actual solve, and it actually just creates a bigger problem. Am I right? Or am I right? I'm right. Okay. So what is sugar and flour providing? Maybe it's like something to look forward to. Maybe your vacation can't be a vacation without it. Maybe it's providing so much pleasure, right? Sugar and flour, or whatever the substance is, right, can actually make positive emotions. This is kind of a construct of your mind. Our culture teaches us this though, like, oh, it makes a party more fun. Oh, it makes it better. Like, what is the point of a party unless we're going to have food? So it makes positive emotions, like celebrating, like connecting, better, quote unquote. That's a lie though. It's not even true. And it makes negative emotions go away. So this is what I talk about emotional eating, right? You guys have probably heard me talking about like, hey, are you an emotional eater? This is how to tell if you are. If you're using food for anything other than fuel, probably eating for emotional reasons. Again, you're not bad or wrong, but we do it for positive emotions and negative emotions. And I just want you to look at, why am I eating food when I am not hungry? What is it providing for me? Do you like those reasons? Is it worth you not weighing what you want to weigh? If I pinky promised you that if you gave up sugar and flour, you could weigh what you want, and you believed me, at least partially, is it worth it? Is it worth it? What are you giving up because you're choosing to have sugar and flour? What are you not getting to experience because of your habit or addiction or whatever you want to call it? It's just a habit really, around sugar and flour. Is it worth it? Only you get to answer this, but be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. But as you're exploring these questions, hold yourself in love. Hold yourself in love. I'm getting super fucking cheesy right now. Love yourself as you're looking at yourself. Can you be curious? Can you let go of the judgment? This doesn't mean anything. In fact, if you're willing to answer these questions, what I would make it mean is that this is an act of love. This is an act of you taking care of you. Okay. So why might you, on the flip side, why might you want to give up sugar and flour, whatever your substance is? Right? This is where we can kind of get like a little bit of a pros and cons list. Honestly, you guys, if you write this pros and cons list out, like, why don't I want to give up sugar and flour? And why do I? And then look at those, it'll probably be really, really clear for you. You have to have that underlying belief that if you were to give up sugar and flour, that you could lose weight for the last time. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But really, like, let yourself explore that. Why do I want to keep eating it? Why might I want to let go of it? And what do I like better? What choice do I like better? Only you get to decide. And maybe you really don't believe that if you gave it up, you'd be able to weigh what you want. You're just going to have to trust me. And what I would also offer is, like, why not try it? You've tried every goddamn other thing under the sun. Try it. See, but like, try it. Not the fake try it. Like, try it for like a year. I know you're going to want to barf. And honestly, you guys, the worst part of giving up sugar and flour is the decision, and then that commitment to that decision. Your brain's going to try to negotiate out of it. And if it does, what I would give it to is like, okay, one sugar or flour thing per week. That's it. One thing. And there's no negotiating, because your brain will be like, yeah, but we're going on vacation. Yeah, but we have 3 events on Memorial Day. Yeah, but one. And eventually your brain will shut the F up. You're like, okay, she's not budging. Have you guys seen this example with your kiddos? My kid's like, oh, can I have another one? I want another cookie. But mom, please. And then like, it's mainly my 3.5-year-old Phoenix. Then he'll like freak out. But he freaks out for 2 minutes because it's like a hard no. But when I'm waffling, he freaks out for like a half an hour because he knows he can maybe get it. So yeah, your brain's going to freak out for 2 minutes just like your kid does. But if you don't waffle, your brain will go get busy doing something else, just like your kid. Be a hard no. And then your brain will get on board, and it really won't be that hard. Okay. So the other kind of harsh question I have for you today is like, do you want a white powdery substance to have power over you? Do you want to walk around the world and be like, no, I can't give that up. I don't have power over it. Like, who do you want to be in? Who gets to be in control here? I want you to be in control if you want to be in control. I'm not trying to make myself sound like better or whatever, but like I personally, and I want this for you if you want it, I want to be in control. I don't want to feel like I'm at the effect of a white powdery substance. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. These foods are designed to light your brain up. And you guys, remember, you have a lower brain that's designed. Literally, your lower brain is wired to seek pleasure. We can rewire it, PS, to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And your lower brain also doesn't understand that food is readily available. So it thinks that when food is in front of it, that it should eat all the food. Hope you guys don't have me on 1.5 because I'm talking really fast on this episode. What I really want you to notice is that your lower brain's job is to eat as much food as it can because it literally doesn't think that it might get another meal. It doesn't know that they're like, if the gazelles are coming and we're going to be able to hunt one. It literally, your lower brain, your primal brain thinks that we live in primal times. We don't, but it thinks we do. So you've got the food industry and you've got your lower brain and they're like really rooting against you. So you have to be in charge, not your lower brain. So why do I recommend moving away from sugar and flour? It's just so much easier to lose weight for the last time when you're not eating sugar and flour most of the time. I do think it's fine for most people. Some people choose not to have it at all. I do really think it's fine for you to have like one small treat a week, like a creme brulee or like a pasta dish or whatever. One thing a week. I think that's fine. Now, some people would rather just not. It's just like, it's kind of like me. Like I don't really crave it anymore because when you remove sugar and flour, you also lower your desire. So you just don't want it. It's just like not a big deal. You just don't think about it. I know some of you guys can't believe me when I'm saying this right now, but I pinky freaking promise cross my heart. When you give it up, for, let's give you like 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks, you just don't want it anymore because it really is addictive. And you see, oh my God, I'm so much more free on this side. So that's why I recommend just try it. And it's also just easier because when you're eating sugar and flour, what you're going to do is you're going to be spiking your blood sugar. When you spike your blood sugar, guess what? What goes up has to come down and you'll crash. And that's when, have you ever felt hangry? That's because you got a big blood sugar spike and then you got a huge crash and you're hormonally hungry. You're actually not truly physically hungry, but you're hangry and you like have to eat. And it does feel like an emergency. So if you get off the blood sugar roller coaster by stopping eating processed sugar and flour, you won't have those huge highs and those huge lows. It's just going to be easy. You're not going to be hangry anymore. You're not going to feel like hunger is an emergency. You're just going to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. So that's why I do it. It's just so much easier to release weight. It doesn't feel like you're walking up a freaking 14er, like a really, really, really steep hill. It feels like, yeah, okay, there's some challenges, but this is actually not that bad. I promise you guys, I tell it all the time. When I was losing weight for the last time, and I had given up sugar and flour, I was shocked. I could not believe how easy it was because I was eating like normal amounts of food. But prior to that, I was just always starving myself. When you give up sugar and flour, you regulate your hunger hormones, you become insulin sensitive, you become fat adapted, and life is just magical. So I highly encourage you to try it, but try it give yourself at least 4 to 6 weeks because then you can really regulate and balance out. You're going to be free from it. I don't want you to be trapped. Let's free you, baby. Okay. That's what I got for you this week. I love you guys all so much. Go to lauraconley.com/birthday and let's do 4 weeks together, you guys. It's going to be the best. Okay. I hope you have the best week ever and ciao, ciao. Love you. Hey. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, I would love it if you leave a rate, review, and a subscribe on whatever you're listening to this podcast in. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. It would help me so much and it would help all the other mamas out there hear this message. Thank you in advance. I really appreciate it. And you have to come check out the Yummy Mummy experience. It's my proven lose weight for the last time group coaching and course. Head to lauraconley.com and just click work with me. Other than that, you guys, I would love to give you a free gift. If you want your free listener only gift, go to lauraconley.com/gift. And from there, you will get your free best ever weight loss hack. So cool. The last thing I want to tell you, you guys, is I do have a free Facebook group. It's called, you guessed it, The Yummy Mummy. Lose weight for the last time, end body drama, and get food freedom. You can just search that on Facebook, or again, you can head to the show notes and you'll find the link there. All right, you guys, have the best day ever.